Yo, what up? How it feels to be the Cartman, right? The Cartman of the group. What does that mean? If you're not familiar with the show South Park, there is a character named Eric Cartman, you know, and nobody really likes him because he's an a-hole. He's mad all the time, he's overweight, he's a spoiled brat, he's very effeminate, he curses, he disrespects his mother a lot, and he's just not a pleasant person to be around, right? A Cartman is somebody that could be described as the friend that nobody really likes in totality, right? They just pretty much keep him around because he's around, and he has some, some qualities about him that are positive, and he's useful. I was always the Cartman. Now, just me, just trying to be more vulnerable with the audience, with you guys, with my family. I would have to say that, I've always been the cool kid until my cousin Crystal Joy Poe passed away in the year 2000. So when I was like 9 years old, I got depressed, right? It affected me. It affected, how I interacted with the world, how I felt inside of cars because she passed away in a freak accident. She was on the way to a job. I think she worked for, I forgot what it was called, right? But she worked with kids. She was in school to be a chef. A dump truck malfunctioned, lifted up the back thing, and it crushed the van that she was in. She was instantly, you know, she became a vegetable. She survived for 3 days, I believe, and I don't know. I can't remember if my cousin Julie pulled the plug on her or she just passed from just being crushed in the car. But after that, I started to withdraw. I started to, wild out. I started to, I couldn't focus in school. I couldn't, I wasn't doing well. I was skipping school. I was, watching pornography, yes, at 9 years old. But at the end of the day, I began to become hypersexual, just exhibiting all the symptoms of being depressed. Okay, so that's basically where it came from, and I didn't really feel a real connection with people after that because the Crystal was like a sister. Like we lived in the same house. I saw her every day. I saw her every day from since I was born till till we moved. So like six, I think we moved back again with my grandma when I was like 8. She had a baby, my cousin Kaylin. Shout out to Kaylin. But at the end of the day, how does it feel? Now, it doesn't feel. It's not a good feeling because I had really close friends, people that I consider my brother. You know what I mean? Oh well, I appreciate that, man. Make sure you hit that like button, man. It's gonna get better. I had a couple friends, and they know who they are. They're my brothers. I've known them since one of them, the homie Chip. Shout out to Chip, man. I've known him since I moved to Atlanta when I was 10. Low, I knew him since I was 13. I knew D since I was like 11. I met him in middle school, right? But these guys would never invite me anywhere, right? They would go to parties, they would tell me the next day, and I'd be like, bro, you knew I was at the spot. You feel me? So why didn't you why didn't you invite me? These niggas would even go to the park because when I stayed in Sandy Springs, I stayed at 621 Hammond Drive, walking distance. Literally, you could spit at the park. You know what I'm saying? It's right down the street. These dudes would go to the park. It would be parties on my block, 2, 3 houses down. The homies would come, go to the party. Didn't even tell. I'm walking past, or they would tell me it's a party at the end of the party as soon as I show up. Oh yeah, nah man, it's about to be over, man. Probably like 20, 30 minutes. It's a party in my neighborhood across the street, down the hill, walk up the hill, the house at the end of the block. Niggas didn't invite me. Or it was just a whole bunch of that, more so. Why? Not because they were bad people, more so because I was just not mentally in a good place. And I do want to tell you, yeah, I've been an addict ever since I was like 14. As soon as I got hold of some weed, it was up. I was high all the time, and I wasn't like a regular high person. I would get high and I would just be popping off at the mouth and just cutting people off and just my social skills were already jacked up, but you put some dope on it, just like I heard the dude say in rehab. You think you got some problems now? Put a little dope on it. See what happens. You feel me? That's always been my thing. So mostly, I would chief by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew that this substance is gonna make me unattractive to people, especially with me. Of course, if I'm bad with the homeboys, imagine how I was towards females. I was just so obnoxious. The character Aaron Moses that I play, my name is not Aaron Moses. My name is Aaron Deshaun Hister. Okay? I'm really actually a cool, chill, laid back, funny. I'm just overly funny. Funny ass dude, very articulate, very philosophical. I'm not a contrarian, but I can challenge anybody and make you feel like a fool for what you think, no matter what subject we're speaking on. You know what I mean? That's probably a thing too because I was just an overly rebellious teenager. I just wanted to be a thug. I just wanted to be a gangster so bad. You know what I mean? But the strict because I'm just talking, bro. You're not gonna ask me. That's inappropriate. See, you're one of those people. You don't have any social skills. Everything's not about you. Your opinion doesn't matter. Cause I'm talking my. I'm saying what I'm saying. This is about me. It's not about you. You're not important. So, anyways, the streamer. I have a name. Nigga, I'm not a stripper. Fuck out of here. But see, what was I saying? I'm not gonna look at the comments. I'm gonna put members only mode on. You got to pay $3 for you to be important. But at the end of the day, I mean, it it taught me a lot because the people who could tolerate me, they were misfits. They were people who they were they were the Cartmans of their friend groups as well. Even, somebody that is very close to me told me that she was the Cartman of her friend group. You know, see, I was the only person that actually, my mom had a house. So people would come through, people would come through to smoke in my crib because I had a big backyard. I had a driveway. Sometimes we would chief in my mom's other car when she wasn't driving, and we would hotbox, kick it at my house all day. We had food stamps on this neck because I think I was the Chip had a sister, but I was the only person with a sibling besides Chip, so we had extra over food stamps. So I'm in there making big ass sandwiches. Well, my sister was mainly making us sandwiches when we would cheat. My mom is mean still to this day because she doesn't have a man. But other than that, bro, like we always had the good cable. We always had the computer. We had the fast internet. The basement, a little chief in the basement, and light some incense. So yes, there were benefits to being around me. Now I wasn't always this funny, and I wasn't always. Well, I've always been this intelligent ever since I was 3. If I didn't start smoking weed and doing all the other variety of, things that you shouldn't put in your body, pause. I would be a quadruple millionaire, bro. I would have been a millionaire 5 years ago if I never touched any substances. That's a fact. Ask anybody. Ask your mama. But no, I'm not an obnoxious guy. I'm pretty understanding. I wouldn't say I'm the most empathetic, but at the end of the day, it made me question myself. And then that made me turn to, substances. So it was pretty much like a cycle. You know what I mean? So I will have to say, um, it taught me a lot. And the people that I did hang out with, see, that's what I was going to talk about. They were Cartmans as well. So everybody knows, or if you don't know now, that I used to sell things that weren't necessarily legal to sell. So what I would do was I would find people who were financially in a deficit, people that were destitute, um, game bangers. Well, they were my friends. They were my family. They were more than my friends. I was gonna get the word Mexicousins tattooed on my forearm because that's what I referred them. That's how I thought of them. Like they were family. They were all Mexican, except for Mandy was like Mexican, Filipino, and Italian, but close enough. You feel me? So these are my Mexicousins, man. So we built that bond, and I would just keep them supplied with the marijuana, the drink, good music. If they wanted to borrow my whip, they could borrow my whip. If they wanted to do something, I would help them out with that, bro. If they wanted to sell something, I would start them off. None of them became successful doing it, but I was always there. They were pretty much my security. If things needed to be handled, or if I got pulled over and that's not mine. And if you take that and you go to jail, I will bond you out. I wasn't. There wasn't going to be any consequences. It's not like their gang was going to do anything to me because their gang, they violated the laws of their organization to the point where nobody was going to ride for them. And those were all of my friends. You know what I mean? So just seeing that these people were misfits just like myself, it gave me more comfort, and it gave me more uh, it boosted my self-esteem. It fed my ego to know that there are more people like that out here. You know what I mean? People inviting us to the end of the party because nobody could stand us, and we just stand in the corner and look awkward, and creep out all the females, or just like the females trying to talk to me. I'm like, I'm not trying to give you attention because you just want attention. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to smash. So I don't find conversing with women that are not gonna, do what I want, which is, the box. I don't find that stimulating. I don't get pleasure in that. I value alcohol and whatever I'm putting in my body. Pause. That's illegal. I value that more than any conversation we can have right now. I'm not trying to talk about business. I'm not trying to talk about money. I'm not trying to talk about your feelings, your family, what you want to do when you grow up. I don't care. I'm trying to listen to this three. Like, bro, I will literally go to parties because I was just so socially unaware, bro. I would go to parties where they're listening to Lil Wayne and everybody's chopping it up, and I'm the only one sitting on the couch drinking, not talking to anybody. And this is back in the day. This is like 2009, right? So this is still when people had CD players and like plugged up to speakers. I would stop the music and put on 3 6 Mafia. If you've ever heard of 3 6 Mafia, 3 6 Mafia is not appropriate music for a party. The type of they have party songs obviously, but the type of music I was listening to that I was putting on, that was not appropriate. That was not a socially calibrated move. That wasn't wise for me to do if I wanted people to keep wanting me to be around them. Okay? So I put on the 3 6 Mafia, and somebody will come up to me and be like, "Hey, G, why you put that on?" I was like, "Bro, nobody was even listening to this music. You're all talking to each other and socializing and laughing and shit. Like, I'm the only one that actually wants to listen to music. You just want background noise. Just if you're not gonna listen to music, the person who wants to listen to music, they should definitely. I should be able to choose the music because I'm the one that actually wants to listen to music. You feel me?" And I didn't understand how inappropriate that was. I could give you another story. Like every time I would hang out, what else did I do? The homie Thirsty, right? The homie, shout out to Thirsty. He took me to the first and last time that I ever actually went out with him and his girl. He took me to one of his little white friends, female friends, birthday parties, right? I robbed everybody at that party. Well, I don't want to say it like that. We were at a table, right? Because we were at a bar. This is the first time I ever been in a bar where I actually got carded. Because my birthday just passed. I just turned 21. So it was like early April, first week of April. Tell me why everybody left their purses and their phones and their expensive glasses, lighters, cigarettes on the table. What did my black ass do? Shoop. And this is in Chicago, and it's winter. Well, not winter. It was still cold, so it was supposed to be spring, but it was winter. And mind you, I was 21. This was 12 years ago. I stuffed my Timberland boots and my pockets with everything that I could on that table. Went to the bathroom, rearranged things, and of course, I'm trapping at the time, so I have my trap pockets. Aaron Moses was trap pockets. Trap pockets are when you put basketball shorts under your pants that have big pockets so you could put things in there because legally police are not supposed to search there because that's technically underwear. Okay, gave you some game. Good for you. So when we get back to his crib, oh no, I skipped the good part. And I was like, hey bro, because he was walking in, I was like, ooh, God is real. Hey bro, come with me to the bathroom real quick, I gotta talk to you. And he was like, what's up? And I reached in my pocket and I pulled out all this money and phones. And he was like, gee, what you do? I was like, I'm trying to eat, baby. What you talking about? To re-up in the mountain. And he was like looking at the phones and he was like, oh no, you stole the birthday girl's phone? I can't let you do that, bruh. Nah, that's my friend. I was like, your friend? Because I'm thinking like a criminal. I'm like, bro, we are criminals. We don't have friends. Everybody's in the organization or they're not. Like, I never really met, fellow people of that lifestyle that had authentic friends. So I was taken aback. I was very confused. So we go outside. Everybody smoking cigarettes. Of course, this non-minority person comes out. Who the f stole my phone and my cigarettes and my money? Everybody, empty your pockets right now. And I was thinking, I'm not about to empty. Who is this 5'3", skinny little over, like, okay, look, you're not gonna. I'm just like, bro, I'm not about to empty my pocket. I don't even know you. You're irresponsible with your stuff. That's on you. Okay, well, what kind of cigarettes were you smoking? Because I smoke Marlboros. And I was like, damn. I just reached in my pocket and grabbed a cigarette. I wasn't even paying. It could be a Marlboro. And then I showed her my cigarette. I was like, "It's a Newport." White girl, get out my face. And then Thirsty gave the birthday boy the phone. I mean, the birthday girl the phone. I don't know why his ass did this, but he was like, "Hey, I just got this phone from that girl. I caught her walking out the club with your phone." Why did they go jump that girl and she had no idea? She was totally innocent. They jumped that girl to a whole different dimension of life. I didn't feel bad at all because I just didn't. I just was incapable. But then we get back to his crib. This nigga told of course, he told his wife. They weren't even married at the time. They had a child or two at the time though. And she was like, hey, this is why we don't take you anywhere. That was the last time that you're ever gonna go out with us. And I didn't believe her. And I should have. But at the end of the day, things like that have occurred more than like a lot. Like, yes, I was the person that you don't want people to know that you know me. You don't want people to see how I behave because I would just be so awkward. And the thing about it is, I have a friend, I'm not gonna say his name. That nigga never took, well, he was on the block. He was on the block, he was trapping, and his family would kick him out quite often. That nigga never took showers. That nigga never brushed his teeth. He would always have that white film on his gums when he smiled. He didn't have an overly gummy smile or laugh, but you could see the white stuff on his teeth, on his on his gums when he would smile, and you could visually see that this man has not brushed his teeth today because he would have that, like when you scrape your teeth when it's time to brush your teeth. He will always have that, and he did not smell pleasant. He never got a haircut. His feet stank. But people would be so comfortable taking this man places and going to parties with him in this state. And I was just so confused as to, like, am I that socially awkward? Where you prefer a nigga that smells like he is homeless, you prefer to bring him around, over me? And I think I said your name on accident, my bad, bro. But it just taught me a lot. It taught me the importance of socializing, because the thing about it is I wanted to go to these places. I wanted to socialize. But I was never like myself. I was always high. And the self that I had to contribute to the world, it wasn't real. I was always saying some fake stuff, and I was a pathological liar until I was uh, 20. I don't want to tell you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I already told that story, but I'll give you another example. So the homie Chip has a friend named Skeet. Okay, I had a friend named Skeet. They're not homies anymore. He lives on the east side of Atlanta, Decatur, right? And the homie Skeet came to my house, my mother's house actually. I lived with my mom at the time, and we went to this. I think it's still there. We went to this bar called Cafe 21 in Sandy Springs. Now, I'm campaigning all night. You know, I'm trying to follow up in some drawl, you know, as we used to say. I don't know if they say that now. But so it's a table full of females. I'm fresh. I probably had on a brand new polo with, you know, with some Tommy Hilfiger jeans, you feel me? With some brand new Air Force 3s, you feel me? And you know, Chip was clean, Skeet was clean, and he was like, "Hey y'all, let's go to that table full of females and campaign." And I was like, "Bet." And he was like, "Y'all don't gotta say nothing, just stand there. Y'all could even just talk to each other. If you see I need help, if somebody's trying to throw me off track, just distract her." Boom. So as soon as we walk up to the table, he said, "Hey, yeah, so my name's Xavier." And then the one of the little drunk ass friends was like, "I know you're not just gonna walk up on this table and y'all don't got no drinks on y'all hands." I cursed her smooth, clean. I cursed her I cursed her out. I cursed her out like she just stole from my mom on Christmas. Bro, I gave her the Aaron Moses super special, nigga, with extra fries. Bruh, no. See, now, because I had no idea what was going on, because I didn't know that was just a test. That was just a test to see how confident my friend was, or to see how confident his friends were. I took offense to that, and I blacked on her. You know that song "Unleash the Dragon" by Cisco? I unreleased the dragon. Unleashed the dragon. That was so unnecessary. And what happened? I messed it up for everybody. I wasn't interested in her anyway, but still, stuff like that, bro. Just constantly at the time doing things where people don't want to bring me. Even my own girl told me she didn't want me to go to. I think it was somebody's birthday party because I was just should have put my shit on do not disturb. But because I was just so socially awkward and I don't like to talk to her, I'm not as like I have a lot of everything. I got a lot of charisma. I got a lot of, you know, I'm funny. I'm not the best conversationalist, but I'm not gonna make it overly awkward anymore like I used to. But that just hurt me. Like, then you just Cartman to me. You just You just did this. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not even mad at it. Like at first, I was mad. Like, oh, how you gonna walk past, nigga? You had to get off the bus on the corner, one house down from mine, walk past my house, and go to the park to do what you just did. And you didn't even think to invite me. You had to walk past my house to go to this party. You had to drive past my house two, three times to go to this party. You didn't think, hey, my friend Aaron lives here. He would probably enjoy himself. Of course not. You know what I mean? Because I'm still a very weird individual, very damaged, very hurt, very still dealing with a lot of different forms of trauma. But um, I forgive you guys. You know, it was nothing to forgive, but I forgive you guys, and mostly I think I should have to, you know, forgive myself, you know, for feeling those feelings, feeling so much resentment. I don't know what's wrong with my screen. The homie just called me, so it messed up the live stream. But at the end of the day, if you have a Cartman in your life, if you have a homie, a friend, that's not really your friend, and they're just around because you know, because of proximity, or because you have a rapport, or because you've just grown up with them and you that you know they feel like family. It's not your duty or your responsibility to help them, but you should at least inform them, you know, what's going on. Like, bro, we don't take you anywhere because you don't know how to act. We don't invite you to the club because you drink and you can't control yourself. We don't bring you around women because you are horrible with women and you mess it up for everybody else. You bring down the vibe. You start talking about your problems when we're just trying to have a good time. You need to seek therapy. You need to get more friends. You cannot be so codependent. You only have 2 or 3 friends and you think that's enough. You need some associates. Like, yeah, we're your brothers or we're your sisters, but you need to have like light friendships or light acquaintances that you don't have to take so seriously, because this is gonna make you feel bad and it's gonna make me feel bad for not being able to include you in things, because I love you, I like you, but I want you to be able to go to these trips with me. I want you to be able to go to the club with me. I want you to be able to go to my family barbecues and 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 take you places. Like, the females, they didn't even want to do much because they outnumbered us so much. It was like 5 of them, but it was only 3 of us. I could have called you, and you could have called one person if you knew, if that was your life. But that's just not the case. So you need to get help. You need to get it together. I don't know if you need to join it's a church, or you need to take a cooking class or a dancing class or improv class to get your social skills up. I don't know if you need to see therapy or you want to start, go into the meditation temple, but things need to change, bro. I'm still gonna like be cool with you and all of that, but you have problems, and I don't want those problems to affect my life on that level. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not. That's my story, man. Life of a Cartman, man. It's Aaron Moses. Make sure you hit that like button, man. I'm the band, you the band, we the band together, man. Life's in the breath. Breathe in. Love.